to our current grade R parents at Elkanah House, and also to the new children and families that will be joining us at the start of 2021. Grade 1 is such an exciting time, and we are so looking forward to taking this journey with you. It's a new phase of learning for your child, and it will look and feel a bit different, and we can't wait to share all about what lies ahead for you at the start of next year. As you know, we had planned to have an information evening where we would have shared the most important parts of what lies ahead, and it also would have given you an opportunity to meet with the grade 1 teachers. However, unfortunately, due to the time that we find ourselves in and the restrictions around the COVID pandemic, we are unable to meet. We have put together a short video which will highlight the most important aspects of what you can expect at the start of next year, and will also give you an opportunity to meet some of the grade 1 teachers. So parents, we invite you to sit back and to enjoy this short video with us, and we really look forward to meeting with you in person at the start of 2021.
Hello everybody, my name is Carmen Austin and I am the Sunbird teacher. Why is grade 1 such an important year? Let me start by saying grade 1 is an amazing year full of fun, laughter and lots of learning experiences. I have seen firsthand as a parent just how important this year is for our little ones. On day 1, they wear their brand new uniform, and this can be a real emotional day for you as the parent, seeing your little child in a uniform going off to big school for the first time. But wearing a uniform develops their sense of belonging to a bigger Elkanah house, and the focus at this age moves away from a me to a we. This is the year they will become more independent, and you will see a great deal of growth and development in your child. All in all, it's such an exciting experience, and we want this to be a memorable year for you and your child. So enjoy this year. I look forward to sharing and being a part of this incredible journey with you and your children.
Hello, greetings, welcome, salutations. My name is Sam Schmidt and I am the teacher of the Wagtail class, and I'm looking so forward to meeting you next year. It is my absolute honor to be chatting to you about our emotional intelligence program that we run at Elkanah. In grade 1, they learn all about the ABC and the 1, 2, 3, but this would all come to naught if their emotional tanks were empty. If you are anxious or tired, angry or sad, not much of what is being taught is going to penetrate, and that is why it is so important for the EQ program to run alongside the scholastic syllabus, as the two really do complement one another. We all know that grade 1 pupils are terribly egocentric. It is all about me, myself, I. The EQ program allows and caters for the children to get to recognize their own feelings and emotions so that they can appreciate the feelings and emotions of others. The older I get, the more I realize just how valuable our emotional well-being is in our society today. In fact, in this age of artificial intelligence, our EQ is our superpower. We can tap into the superpower by opening our toolbox. There are so many things inside there that can help us out of tricky situations. Deep belly breathing, counting to 10, running around the field, the options are plenty. Our aim is for our children to take what is dealt with on the mat, outside to the playground, onto the sports field, into their friendships, so that in time they become high-functioning, emotionally well-balanced children who are able to dodge the curveballs that come their way.
Hi everyone, I'm Jill Blackbeard and I am the Sugarbird teacher. A large majority of the grade 1s entering school today will end up in jobs that don't yet exist. Thus, education has got a whole lot more challenging. We are preparing our children for a future we don't yet have a completely clear picture about. At Elkanah House, we embrace this challenge and take our responsibility very seriously. Even though your child is at the bottom of the academic ladder, so to speak, we are focusing on skills. Our children are growing up at a time when most content is available at the click of a finger. With this in mind, we are constantly looking at our academic offering and adjusting, refining, and adding as is necessary. Our global competencies have been identified as skills which are vital for a successful future. They are thinking, communication, research, self-management, social skills, and global citizenship. These global competencies are part and parcel of what we teach on a daily basis. Yes, our curriculum covers the basics such as teaching, reading, writing, and maths, but these global competencies are future-proofing your child beyond what is expected.
G'day, my name is David Sandman, Head of Primary School Sport at Elkanah House. In Grade 1, we have a more structured approach to sport, with a focus on sport-specific skills development. As we create the next generation of sports superstars, fun and learning through play will always be an integral part of our sports philosophy. See you on the field.
Good day, my name is Anel Ellis and I'm one of the Deputy Principals at the Sunningdale Preparatory Campus. In Grade 1, our learners are offered a wide variety of exciting cultural extramurals to partake in. These extramurals form part of their school day and offer our learners the opportunity to broaden their horizons and to discover and grow new passions. More information about our cultural as well as our sporting extramural program will be sent to you by our campus secretary early next year.
Hello moms and dads, my name is Cindy Thomas and I'm the school counsellor at Elkanah House. Common question I get asked about little ones starting Grade 1 is, are they emotionally ready? Well, Erik Erikson speaks about developmental stages, and your little one is starting a whole new stage. From the age of 7 to 12, it's the stage of industry versus inferiority. It's a very concrete stage of learning and acquiring a whole lot of new skills. Industrious because they want to learn and acquire all these new skills. What these skills do is they build a sense of independence and responsibility and really that strong sense of self and self-esteem that as all parents we want for our children. However, we as parents can sometimes lovingly do too much for our little people. And children who are guided too much and too dependent on adults' directive actually undermine that sense of industry and growth and development. And it ends up in feelings of inferiority and even shame. And so our willingness and lovingly doing too much for them can actually stunt their growth. A very big and important thing to realize at this time is teach your children to do it for themselves. I think that really is my motto for Grade 1s. We would like to minimize those feelings of inferiority and shame and rather develop mastery in a number of areas, starting off with self-care and independence. So little things, age appropriate, getting ready for school, packing my bag, getting myself dressed. Now, how do we support our little people emotionally through Grade 1? When we come to school, learning takes place on an emotional platform. It's not helpful if little people arrive at school and they are upset, if there's been arguments at home or fights on the way to school in the car. So if your morning routine is going a little bit pear-shaped, it does happen to all of us sometimes, maybe take a look at it and see what you can be doing differently. Furthermore, we learn and we process all day through our sensory system. Now, some of us are sensory sensitive and other of us are sensory seekers, but ultimately we all have a place where we reach overload. And it's important in Grade 1 not to overload our little people with too many extramurals and extra activities and those outside of school. The school offers a lot of opportunities for mastering of new skills. Especially first term, I would really strongly recommend that stick to the minimum as they settle into Grade 1 and to the new routine and the new expectations on them. And if there's any extramural over and above outside of school that you do consider, then I would strongly suggest swimming lessons. It's one of those areas of mastery that is so important at this age in which children do compare themselves with one another. We want our little people too, as they start swimming in the big pool, to feel not only safe but also to feel that they are mastering it and they feel competent and they don't have those feelings of shame that they are not able to do it. Homework too, a little bit of homework comes home. Please do that when, again, they haven't reached that threshold of overload, but they're still able to process in a calm and alert way. And bedtime is nurture time. It's not time for reading school homework. That's time for mom and dad to read stories to them, or they just to read a favorite book alongside with you. When children do have overload, and that would present in fight, flight, or freeze, then one of the best ways of helping little people regulate is using sensory input. So that would be, if you could in summertime now, go for a swim, jump on the trampoline, go for a ride on your bike, or if it's in the evening, then even something like a nice warm bath or deep hugs. Those are all things that help calm and regulate little people, and us too. So those things are helpful. And further way that we can support our little ones is around their friendships. Friendships do change and they evolve. Some just stay and they grow deeper. But there will be times of friendship fights and arguments and little bits of conflict that come. That's also age appropriate. Again, too, as parents, not lovingly jumping in and solving all the problems, but helping them to learn to resolve and manage those conflicts themselves. So, advice for us as parents and how we can do this is when your little one comes home and they tell you that somebody was so rude to them today, and I mean that seems to cover all sorts of things, but once they start telling you the story, I think often as parents we go into 20 questions, and who said this, and then what did they do, and who was on playground duty, and did you go tell the teacher, and we bombard our little people with a number of questions. What they're most likely going to do is actually shut down and no longer share with you. One, terrified that you're going to call the teacher or phone the friend's mom and make a big thing out of whatever it was that happened that day. Rather, and which is more helpful in equipping them in dealing with this, is listen to their story, listen to the verbal message, listen to the body language, and listen to what's going on inside here. And that's the part you need to respond to with, gosh, you really look upset with what happened at school today. And if you got it right, they'll say yes, and they will disclose more information, or they'll correct you and they'll say, no, Mom, I'm not upset, I'm actually furious, it was so rude, whatever so and so did to me today. And they've corrected you, but now you know exactly how they're feeling. And then instead of offering your pearls of advice now of just ignore them or stay away from them, none of those things that actually really are too helpful and don't help solve the problem. Rather put it back to them and ask them what they want to do. How do they want to solve the problem? And allow them to actually manage the conflict themselves. Obviously there are those times when we as parents do need to contact the teacher, but we're growing their independence here and their feelings of mastery and being able to manage and be independent on themselves, and that builds self-esteem, and that's what we really want for our little people. So golden rule for grade 1, mom and dad, teach them to do it themselves. All the best and enjoy this wonderful journey of industry that your little person is starting next year.